This is Cleveland Brown, and you are now listening to That Wrestling Podcast, and it's terrible, terrible, terrible. Wrestling Podcast, baby. Welcome in. Money and Clyde. Gonna talk a little wrestling, baby. You ready, brother?
Oh, yeah, Big Dave. What's up, man?
Let's get it in, baby. It's Tuesday, man. How you feeling today, brother?
Oh, man, I've been flare walking all morning. Feeling pretty good when you get your flare walk in.
I love it, man. Airplane, flying, limousine riding, baby.
Yeah, that's right, baby.
Yeah, last night was a big night, man. We had that superstar shakeup going on. We got a lot of news to touch on today. Hopefully we can squeeze it all in, brother. Got to touch on that superstar shakeup. Evidently, WWE is going to live stream a huge event this weekend, something to do with the Shield. Also, WWE is to unveil its biggest acquisition in SmackDown history. Is that right? What? Also, we've got a little bit of news on Sasha Banks. We're going to kind of touch on her and see what's going on in the world of her. Man, lots of news. AEW news today, too. Got a little bit of AEW news. Cody Rhodes going to make a big appearance soon. So, yeah, all kinds of stuff going on, brother. So, you ready to hop into the news for today?
Let's get to hopping like the Easter Bunny.
Yeah, brother. Let's do it, man. But before we do, why don't you be so kind as to tell the people what's going to happen if this show, this channel, this podcast, baby, is lucky enough to hit 1,000 subscribers?
We're going to get Dave in a crisp Elvis suit and then wear me out with a guitar, brother. Just no headshots. Please, no headshots.
No shots to the brain, brother. You got it. Yeah, so if you guys like us out there, give us a thumbs up. Most importantly, please give us a subscribe. And at 1,000 subscribers, you'll see this man take a guitar shot live on video, brother. And, yeah, we're also going to play a little bit of random wrestling knowledge with Clyde. We've got another Stranger's Thoughts on our show today. Man, all kinds of fun stuff to get into today. You ready to hop into this stuff, man?
Let's do it, brother.
Man, yeah, them new ads are just exciting, too. Can't wait to hear one of those, brother.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about what's that, Jamie and them?
Yeah, they're not with us today, but we do have a couple other sponsors, and they've actually brought the videos today. So cool stuff. If you're actually watching, be sure to check out your phone or your TV when the ads pop on today. All right, brother. All right, man. Let's hop into this. So evidently, and I don't want to step on your toes, dude, here, because I know that you're a huge Shield fan, brother, and you might have wanted to spill the beans on this one. but Sunday, dude, the WWE's going to live stream like a special event regarding the Shield. It's like their final time together. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I almost got sick a little bit, but I did hear about it.
Yeah, this Sunday on the WWE Network at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you guys are around or have the network. And, yeah, it's supposed to have the Shield's final match. It's also going to have a Finn Balor match. And, yeah, man, I don't know, man. I've never seen the WWE play up and give so much respect to somebody that's on their way out the damn door to work for the competition, supposedly.
Yeah, well, maybe they're doing this as a precaution for, in the future, like instead of burying everybody on the way out the door to probably AEW, maybe we got to make it real nice to where they think about coming back in the future, but who knows?
Oh, yeah, just like they're doing Anderson and Gallows, right, brother? They're giving them the same treatment.
Yeah.
They're not giving Anderson and Gallows that treatment, brothers.
Took their titles from them.
I think it's cool. I love to see wrestling, even though there's so much content out there nowadays. You can never have too much, brother. So it's cool. And Sunday evenings, I'm usually not doing nothing, so I'm definitely going to tune in and check it out. I'm interested to see what the hell's going on. But at the same time, like I said, I don't think Ambrose is leaving, brother. That's just where I stand on that.
Yeah, I'm still on the fence, man, but the future will tell us.
Yeah, only knows what the future holds, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here we go right here. Yeah, evidently, this article is a beautiful article typed up here by International Business Times. You guys can check it out on the web. But yeah, evidently, there's big rumors going on with this shakeup tonight, and the word is that SmackDown is going to make its biggest acquisition in the show's history. I mean, who could that be? Brock Lesnar, and then I guess Roman Reigns is mentioned too. But I mean, what do you think that this means, brother?
Could this be Conor McGregor's segue into WWE?
Oh man, I don't know, man. That would be cool, dude. That deserves this, brother. That deserves a little bit of. What the hell did you just say?
Oh yes.
Yeah, Conor McGregor, dude. Well, if that was him, yeah. But let's be realistic for a minute. Who do you think it would be off of the roster right now?
Yeah, let's see. Coming to SmackDown.
Coming to SmackDown, and it's supposed to be the biggest acquisition in SmackDown history. They hype stuff up too, but that's what they're saying. So who do you think it's going to be, brother?
You know who I would like to see it be, and I know I'm in the minority here. Dolph Ziggler. I would like to see a revamped Dolph Ziggler, cockier than ever and backing it all up.
Hey, man, while I'm a huge fan of Dolph and I could get behind that, brother, I just don't think that he would, technically be considered the biggest acquisition in SmackDown history. I mean, he was just on SmackDown,
yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, but at the same time, he could play that into his heat. Like, I'm the best thing going around here.
No, he absolutely could, dude. He absolutely could. I think it's either going to be...
Punk?
Yeah, I think it's either going to be Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar pop up on SmackDown tonight. That's what I think is going to happen.
What if it's CM Punk? Well, we can dream.
One can dream, brother. That's right, man. Yeah, that would be good. But yeah, I think we end up seeing Lesnar or Reigns pop up tonight. You think we get any other? And I guess we can touch on this here at the end of the show. We'll close out with we'll close out with a Raw review. So let's go ahead and hop into this. What do you think we'll see pop up on this Superstar Shakeup?
I don't know. From what we've seen last night, it's going to be interesting. I guess the biggest one would be AJ Styles moving to Raw, which makes sense. He done everything he could on SmackDown. I heard there was some delays in air travel, I guess, and so we didn't really see the whole deal last night. Hopefully they'll make up for it tonight. Last night's show felt a little all over the place to me.
A little hodgepodgey.
Yeah, it was like, are these people on Raw? They could have explained it a little better. I'm sure I'm not the only one that watched last night and was kind of confused. Like, okay, is this person official now, or it's just a little odd, man.
Yeah, almost kind of. I know what you're saying. It was almost kind of like the show was slapped together a little bit. And like you said, there was some travel concerns yesterday. Heading up to the show, and also Samoa Joe was evidently out sick. I think he has a doctor's note though, so he ought to be good there. But yeah, dude, so they kind of had to throw everything together a little bit. But seeing the Usos and stuff on there, I guess we'll touch on this at the end of the show when we review Raw. But yeah, seeing the Usos and AJ on there, man, it made up for it in a big way.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, and looking forward even more to tonight's show, because I kind of roll with the blue brand myself, brother.
Yeah, Team Blue all the way, brother. So yeah, we got a lot more to hop into today, but before we do, brother, we're going to hop out real quick and pay some bills. So I guess we'll be right back after these words from our sponsors. Hello, I'm Richard, but you can call me Dick. And I'm going to talk about something today that not a lot of men really like to talk about. But sometimes after a long day in the saddle, I get a little itching in my nether region. And that's why I got with my friend Peter here and created a wonderful product. You tell him about it, Peter.
Well, my name's Peter, and I'll tell you, if you got an itch and you giddy up, there ain't nothing better for that itch than Texas Ball Cream.
That's right, it's Texas Ball Cream. You can pick us up at all your local retailers. Just ask the pharmacist for Texas Ball Cream. And we're back, brother. Man, what do you think about that ad there, man? You got to get yourself a tube of that, or I guess it's in a can. Was it that Texas Ball Cream, brother?
Yeah, you got to be careful with that ball cream from Texas Ball Cream, because I'm missing parts of my body now, brother, from it, but,
Oh, man. Well, I don't think you should put that out there on the air, brother. I don't think it's going to help the cause, man. I think we get like a little kickback every time they sell a can. I used some last night. I am smooth as a baby's bottom, brother. Let me tell you what. There's nothing like when I get in the jam after a long day on the court or in the saddle, nothing like grabbing yourself a can of that Texas Ball Cream, brother.
Spreads on like peanut butter, don't it?
Man, yeah, just, man, it glides right on, brother. Yeah, so let's go ahead and hop into a little bit more of the news here, man. I wanted to touch on this. This is like my happy story of the day right here, man. And we need to spread a little joy, baby. Johnny Gargano evidently celebrated winning the NXT title by going to Disney World, buddy. What do you think about that?
Can't beat that, man. What a place to go to. Luckily, I've been there once. It's a magical kingdom, brother.
Yeah, so Gargano took old Goldie down there to the most magical place on earth.
In sunny Orlando.
Yeah, so you can check out Johnny Gargano's Twitter. He's got a picture of him and his wife there, and it's their first family photo at Walt Disney World. And
couldn't have happened to a nicer gentleman.
Oh, he teases having a kid too. He says the only way to make this trip better would be another new addition to the family.
Better get busy, brother.
The NXT Championship is a little lonely. It might need a sister for our next trip. Uh-oh.
There you go. Good idea. What's the chances of that child being a wrestler?
Yeah, that's funny.
Pretty good chance. Pretty good chance.
That's good stuff there, though, man. I like Johnny wrestling, and anytime I see him out and about, or having that strap, man, it's beautiful. Because I honestly didn't think he was going to have it, man. So props to Johnny wrestling. Hopefully he gets a nice, well-deserved run.
Yeah, I'm with you. Top shelf athlete right there, brother.
Yeah, brother. So here's something I've been wanting to talk about for a little while, and maybe we can dig into this a little deeper, man. What is going on with Bayley and Sasha Banks?
Either WWE, is working us again, or they're really trying to get out of their deal. Sasha wasn't even on the show last night, I don't believe.
Man, I tell you, it's hard to tell anymore. And like you said, with the they got the competition out there, and they can use that for angles. But evidently, and I don't know if this is real or not, but there's a lot of speculation out there that Sasha Banks and Bayley was really upset when they found out they was going to drop the titles, and almost had like temper tantrums. And the word was that Sasha even tried to quit right before the WrestleMania match, and then she sent out a tweet and it said, if you only knew your marks, and tweeted out Raw, SmackDown Live, NXT UK Progress, Evolve, and Shakeup. So I don't know what's going on with her, brother. Did you hear anything about the tantrum and about Banks possibly wanting to quit before that WrestleMania match? And you got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I heard all the same rumors that you did. But after seeing that tweet, with the words she used, it's starting to look like it is just kind of a work. There's a possibility they could show up on SmackDown tonight, both of them, and be part of that show.
So do you think maybe they're turning them heel?
You never know. Or maybe they're this team that Paige is supposedly bringing a tag team to SmackDown tonight. Wouldn't that be something there?
Well, that would make sense, considering, the events that have just taken place recently. And, as much as, like, Ronnie said, the world's tired of kissing and hugging. They want to see some real champions. I know Ronnie said that last week, and I think Ronnie needs a hug personally. But other than that, dude, like, I think there's a place in the WWE for Sasha and Bayley is what I'm trying to say, dude. And hopefully they can find that place. And I'm hoping this is just an angle when they're working us, because I love nothing more than to be worked over by some beautiful females, So,
yeah. Is this still PG?
Oh, sorry, I got a little carried away there, brother. But you know what I'm saying.
Calm down, brother. Calm down.
Everyone loves wrestling.
You need a hug. I'll give you a hug, baby.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I could really use a hug, dude. You got a big old bear hug on you, man. I could use one, brother.
We'll get you and Ronnie together. We'll do a triple hug.
That's enough love on the fucking show for today, dude. Let's move on. That's enough of that, motherfucker. Yeah, but you know how wrestling is. You like to be worked with. Just that's part of the show. So it would be cool if this was an angle. That's all I'm saying, brother.
Yeah, you're right, man. It seems WWE is already taking advantage of this AEW. They've brought it up at the Hall of Fame, and here and there, little hints. And is this one getting fired? You're right. They are already kind of using this.
Yeah, I think I've heard about half the damn roster, at various points in times connected to AEW in the last couple of months.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. And you got Billy Gunn, put him in the Hall of Fame. He's an AEW employee, so
and evidently
maybe the relationship won't be as bad as we think it could get.
I don't know, man. I think it's going to get really freaking murky, really freaking fast, dude. Like, and also I'll say this, and I don't think WWE is going anywhere. Don't get me wrong. WWE is at the top of the mountain. It's going to take years of chipping and grinding away for anybody to ever hope to sniff their asses. I understand that, but right now, WWE is just showing a few chinks in the armor. Evidently, backstage things aren't so good either, like with the creative team and stuff. And with Road Dogg recently, either like being demoted or stepping down. And did you hear about that?
Yeah, I did hear about that, man. It's going to get real interesting real quick. It's starting to sound like Tuesday nights. It's going to be the Tuesday Night Wars, I guess, starting out.
Yeah, that ought to be beautiful, man. And what do you know though about that Road Dogg angle? What do you know? What's going on with him backstage? You got any details on that for us?
I heard it was 100% true, and I also heard that Vince is really is on the edge here, snapping at people left and right. Got this big argument with Brock Lesnar about, Brock wanted to be on last and he wanted to get out. And I heard Vince is just, really frustrated, showing some anxiety, all that good.
Yeah, man, that's
not really good stuff.
Well, for years he's basically not had any competition. I mean, Impact's not really any real. He's almost kind of used all these little and all these smaller promotions, which I love and I enjoy some of these smaller promotions actually more than I enjoy WWE at times. But he's almost kind of used them for like his farm system over the years, and I think those days are over, brother.
Yeah, you're correct about that. He has used them as a farm system without sending them any money.
Yeah, exactly, dude. While these guys are driving town to town and eating pork and beans out of cans and sneaking down the grocery store aisles late at night to eat chickens and whatever they can do to get their protein up. The old stories about the guys, man. I'm sure these young guys nowadays are, grinding it out in the same manner, brother.
Yeah, Vince is not going to sit down to watch Impact or Ring of Honor or Lucha Underground, but he's got a whole roster full of guys that can come up and say, hey, you need to check this guy out or this gal out.
Yeah, absolutely, man. He sure does, brother. And, so it's going to be interesting the next few months, man, seeing what happens with Sasha and kind of seeing what happens with some of this drama backstage with the creative staff and seeing, what trying to, I guess, sort through and seeing what's angle and what's real, brother. It's going to be a really interesting next 90 days, and I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, I haven't been this excited about wrestling since the heyday of the Monday Night War, brother.
Yeah, man. Speaking of the heyday, man, it would be like the heyday part of my day today if you would go ahead and play your favorite segment of the day and my favorite segment of the day. You ready to do this, brother?
Let's get it in.
All right, folks. We call this one Random Wrestling Knowledge with Clyde. Audience, feel free to play along at home. Every day we ask Clyde 3 random wrestling-related questions, and they're literally coming from out of nowhere. So you ready for today's episode?
Yeah, shoot, brother.
Let me hit you with a brief caveat real quick, dude. I owe you an apology. Yesterday, I asked you how old Bret Hart was, and you instantly reeled off 61. And I said, no, he's 62. Do you know how old Bret Hart is?
61.
61 years old, brother. You're right. So I owe you an apology for that, dude. I wanted to put that out there on the air. I hadn't even spoke to you about that since then, but you're probably thinking, damn, Dave, you're out of your damn mind. I know how old Bret Hart is.
Honestly, I thought you were right. I knew it was either 61 or 62.
Yeah, so you had it right, dude. And also, I forgot to ask you question 3 till after the commercial break. So today, here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to ask you all 3 questions, and then we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back to wrap it up with Raw. So let's go ahead and hop into random wrestling knowledge. You ready, brother?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Here it is. What year did Sasha Banks make her video game debut? In which 2K series? Which year of the 2K series?
I'm going to say 2K15. That's my final answer.
Mr. Producer Man, show me... Oh, hold on. Mr. Producer Man, he's over picking his nose, damn it. Show me 2K19. Or 15, sorry. No.
Santa Maria.
Santas. Yeah. No, it's 2K17, brother.
It's kind of close.
Yeah, he was close enough, We'll give you
couple years.
Give you an E for effort. All right, here we go. How old, question 2, brother. Question 2, get ready. Audience, feel free to play along at home. How old are the Usos?
Let's see. I'm going to say the Usos are 33 years old. Final answer.
Mr. Producer Man, show me 33 years old. Yeah, man. Well done, brother. How's it feel?
Got that Larry Bird number, brother.
Yeah, now they do. They got that 33, baby. That big Larry Bird. Yeah, one day we'll have to cover that, man. Celtics basketball history. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
That would be an honor and privilege on another plane.
That would, yeah, on another format, bro. That would be fun, actually. Yeah, I've tried basketball podcasts before. I enjoy doing those too, man. Those are always fun too, man.
Yep.
Buckets and buckles. Buckets and buckles. Buckets and buckles, baby. Yeah, so let's get into question 3 before I lose track here and the last listener turns the damn show off. Here we go, brother. Question number 3. What is AJ Styles' real name?
Oh, AJ Styles' real name. Good Lord. I want to say it is Pete, and I'm not sure about the last name. Final answer.
Mr. Producer Man, show me Pete. Not sure about the last name. Final answer. No, wrong noise. Look at what happened there. That was like, look. Mr. Producer was like, that's so shocking that, yeah.
Breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news. You're wrong. No, just joking, brother. Yeah, actually, his real name is Alan Neil Jones.
Good Lord, wasn't even close.
And
Alan.
AJ Styles was actually, I know you talk about your old all the time because you was born in 79, brother. But AJ Styles was actually born in 77, and he looks like he's getting around pretty good to me, you know?
Oh, yeah, phenomenal. I think he's been working out his entire life.
Yeah, I think he has to, just for a little while.
Just a couple days.
He might have been in the gym a couple of times.
Yeah, he's not doing too much, a little light stuff.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, dude, I guess we're going to hop out, take another real quick commercial break. We got to pay these bills. You know how it is, brother. I know we got to deal with some of these sponsors that you don't really like too much. But, yeah, we're going to hop out, take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. Hey, this is the champ, Cocky Balboa. Come on down and see us at Cocky Balboa and the Honky Tonk Boys House of Salvage. We got everything. We got something to put a little lead in your pencil and something to put a little fire in the oven. We got children's toys, baby clothes, Easter baskets, lawn furniture, tools. You tell them, Honk.
We got broken guitars, we got working guitars. We got illegal animals and fake IDs, baby.
That's right, baby. You come on down and see us. That's the Cocky Balboa and the Honky Tonk Boys House of Salvage, baby, at the corner of 4th and Cedar in Brooklyn. Man, I'm loving these advertisers, brother.
Yeah, that Honky Tonk boy, man, he's plumb out of control, brother. He might be nuts. I'm not sure.
Man, I just want to know, like, how can they put them, like, I don't know if we can get in any trouble for it or not, but they're the ones that made the ad and paid for the ad time. That has nothing to do with us. We are not associated or promoting any product or advertiser in any way, but how can they do the illegal animals and fake IDs, brother? How does he get away with that?
I mean, these dudes are just, they're outlaws. They're off the grid, man, and, I'm kind of trying to see if I can get maybe a Jaguar or something, something cool like that at a discount.
Man, I'm going to put a call in them guys to see if I can't get you one, brother, I guess. As long as the paperwork and everything's legal, that is.
Yeah, give me like a crocodile or something, dude. That would be cool.
And speaking of Jaguars, dude, that's a perfect segue because I got a little AEW news I was wanting to touch on today. Evidently, Cody Rhodes is going to take part in the Jaguars draft party festivities. Did you hear about that? The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Nice. Yeah, I did hear something about that. I'm sure they'll have a great relationship with AEW.
Well, yeah,
with the owners owning both now.
Right, that's what I was going to say. They own that, and they own the soccer club over in England, man. They kind of got their roots all over the world, man, and it could definitely help bring more global awareness to their product.
Yeah, a lot of cool cross promotion there,
Yeah, man, cool picture here and this is on MSN.com. There's a cool picture here of like Cody Rhodes hanging out with some football players in the past, and evidently Rhodes, Monday afternoon, the veteran wrestler took to Twitter to ask fans of the Jags to join him at Pet Paradise on draft night to welcome the Jags' first-round draft picks. So, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, man.
And I apologize. I was kind of glancing through, reading other things while I was trying to tell you that. So, yeah. It's going to be beautiful, man. Do you want to go ahead and touch on these Raw results from last night? Actually, before we do, man, real quick, we're going to hop into Raw. But before we do, we had some stranger give some thoughts on our show yesterday. And I didn't know if you want to hear what he had to say.
Yeah, man, let's hear what the man has to say.
Yeah, man, you might not like what he has to say, but he kept it short and sweet for me this time, brother. Yeah. Yeah, so here we go. Without further ado, here's our random person's thoughts for the day on our show.
I've been in this business 15 years.
What's your name?
Fuck you!
Yeah, so I was trying to communicate with him, dude. He said he's been doing this so long, man. I said, well, what's your name? He said, fuck you. That's my name. That was the end of that, brother.
That's a pretty easy name to remember.
It is. I said, I'll write that down.
Yeah, that's the easy one.
So let's go ahead and hop into this, brother, the meat and potatoes of the day, what we're all about here at the show, brother. Let's go ahead and review Raw and, talk. Do you have any thoughts on what happened, what went down last night? And let's go ahead and hop into the show, brother, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I enjoyed the show overall. It, like we were saying earlier, man, it just felt kind of thrown together. It seemed like it was missing some ingredients.
Yeah, so we'll kick it off with this. The Miz is returning to Raw. Your thoughts?
Oh, I love it, man. It feels like The Miz is finally going to get his long overdue babyface run, and I'm looking forward to seeing, a little different bit of Miz here, and I think he deserves to be one of the faces of the whole company, man. That's how I feel about that, so I'm really excited for The Miz.
Yeah, man, well said, and I totally agree, dude. I can't wait to see more Miz, dude. Like, every time I think about The Miz, I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what's going on the inside, dude. Like, it's just like more Miz.
He is awesome, pun intended, bro.
No, he is, dude. I think it's going to be like a match made in heaven, brother. Having him back out there as a babyface on Raw, dude. Yeah, what more can you ask for, dude?
Going toe to toe with him and Stephanie going to get into it now? Maybe, I'm not sure.
Yeah, you never know, brother. Then after that, we had a cool little segment where I guess they're rebranding the War Raiders to the Viking Experience. And they had like a 4-way tag match with Kurt Angle. Look at me. I got an angle on the brain. Kurt Hawkins and Ricochet and Aleister Black and Zack Ryder. And the Viking Experience and the Revival was evidently teamed up. And what did you think about that? And what do you think about seeing the War Raiders rebranded as the Viking Experience on Monday Night Raw?
I mean, I'm okay with it. The guys, whatever you're gonna call these guys, they look like legit Vikings. So it's pretty cool little name, and the guys move around like cruiserweights, man. I could see these guys winning the belts possibly soon, or the titles. I could see that happening.
Yeah, well said, dude. And right now, there's lots of big, hard-hitting, big tag teams that they've brought up through NXT. They've been training over the last few years with what do you got, the Occam and Razor, and you got you got the War Raiders, you got Heavy Machinery. There's some big burly guys. I don't know where the guys from Sanity are, but they got a couple of monsters too, man. And so I would like to see them get all these guys together on the same show and just have these guys, all these big monsters, slug it out for one of these tag team titles.
Yeah, I seen where you talking about Sanity. I seen Eric Young by himself got drafted to Raw.
Oh, did he? Okay, well, that's a cool little note. Did not see that, brother. So, yeah, after that, we had Cedric Alexander came out and joined Raw in like a brief announcement. What did you think about that? Any thoughts?
Oh, amazing talent. It's just nice. It kind of reminds me of like the story with Ali. Let this guy on the main roster and let him show what he can do. I mean, me and you already know what he can do. Maybe not everybody out there's familiar, but this guy, he can do it all. He's phenomenal talent. Superstar
athleticism, man. Five-tool wrestler, man, Cedric Alexander. Hopefully you can get some FaceTime and show what he's got, brother. Yeah, huge fan here.
I feel like, his charisma is a little underrated. I thought his promos were pretty decent, but we'll see where they go in the future.
Yeah, man. So then we had like an unexpected segment after that where Andrade defeated, let me say it right. You got to give that man's name proper respect when you say it, and I will, and I won't do that. Mr. Andrade, I know you're out there listening, brother. And it won't happen again. So after that, we had Andrade Cien Almas defeated Finn Balor via pinfall. And what did you think about that match?
I was a little surprised that he won the match, but at the same time, not really, because it was a debut. A little interesting note. Did you notice Finn Balor was wearing blue and white? Be a sign of things to come there.
Uh-oh. I got you. Yeah, he's already in his new gear.
Yeah, I could see maybe him rolling out on SmackDown tonight. And a side note for anybody out there who likes to gossip, Andrade is he's with Charlotte Flair now. Kind of interesting in real life.
I heard that. That is kind of an interesting couple. Although I will say Andrade's kind of funny. I watched him on Ride Along and with who is it? Vega. Yeah, him.
Yeah, I watched it yesterday too. Tranquilo or
how he was like, say it. How many times are you going to tell me to relax? And he was like, relax.
Yeah, he's as smooth as a Camel cigar, man. I don't even think that's a real thing.
No, it's not a real product, but by next week, I think we can have an ad for it on the damn show if you want. Yeah, so Andrade Cien almost defeated Balor, and like we said, they was talking, teasing a huge acquisition on SmackDown. Well, if the Demon showed up on SmackDown, would that be a huge enough acquisition?
Yeah, I would be okay with that. I'm a big fan, and just regular Finn Balor's fine with me either way.
Yeah, so after that, Elias came out, and what is always my favorite segment of the week, but somebody always has to interrupt him, dude. I just want to see him finish a set once. And, Rey Mysterio interrupted Elias, and what'd you think about that little segment?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's nice to see Rey Mysterio on Raw. I think he kind of belongs on there. Raw always feels like it's heavier with the kind of the bigger stars in wrestling, so it feels like it's a good spot for him. And he was always known as a SmackDown guy anyway, so
yeah, well said.
Probably time for the change for him.
And Lars Sullivan attacked another veteran, brother. What did you think about that?
No, he's just out of control. Somebody's got to put a stop to this guy, brother.
Yeah.
Maybe Goldberg will come out for a night and run him over.
I'm glad to see him back out there, though, dude. After all the reported, mental health, and everybody knows that, mental health issues are very real in this world. And after hearing all the rumors about Lars having, like, anxiety attacks and stuff like that, man, it's just great to see that guy back out there. And I don't care whose ass he's whipping at this point.
Yeah, he's got some potential. He's a scary dude, so we'll see where they go with him in the future.
Yeah, so after that, then we had, what was a bit of a surprise where the Usos came out and defeated the Robes, baby. And what did you think about that?
Oh, I loved it. I loved to see the Robes lose.
Man, I can't.
And the Usos, man, them and the New Day, to me, is the best tag team in the last 10 years in the WWE.
Yeah, well said, dude. I can get behind that, actually. I'm going to put Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, the Hardy Boys, on that list also. But, yeah, I'm up there with you. If you're talking about, what they've done over the last 10 years just in the WWE, their body of work, yeah, it's probably between them two.
And before we get killed, yes, the Young Bucks are also, one of the best tag teams.
Yeah, well, you was talking about body of work in the WWE, though, so.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so
You're right.
After that, Sami Zayn came out and kind of verbally berated the fans. And what did you think about that segment?
That was my favorite segment of the night, man. I loved it. I loved his energy. I loved how he worked them into all these different chants, and then he turned on them. It's just good stuff, man. This is some of the best promo work I've ever seen out of Sami Zayn.
Yeah, man, it was really cool, and it's good to see Sami back out there after he's been struggling, I guess, for the better part of the last 12 months with these injuries. And, good to see Sami back out there, man. Hopefully he can find his spot and get in some kind of title picture. And I like seeing Sami Zayn on TV every week, brother. So however they can work him into the show, I'm good with.
I was a little bummed out that Kevin Owens didn't come out, but other than that, it was a great segment.
Yeah, well, I think they're kind of on different trajectories at the moment, dude.
Yeah.
So after that, dude, Naomi and Bayley actually defeated the Iconics via pinfall in a non-title match. Let me put a caveat on that before you and Ronnie and everybody else sat there has a heart attack. Yeah, so what did you think about that segment?
It was decent, and I don't know if that's going to be a team going forward or it's just something they throw together real quick, but it was pretty decent. I was pulling for the Iconics, but was what it was, man. That's another one where the future will tell where they're going with it.
Yeah, well said, dude. And I'm ready to move right on to the future into this segment, dude, because this is the kind of stuff I want to see more often. EC3 came out and, you have an opponent, I need someone to fight. And who comes out from the back, boy, and makes mincemeat of EC3. And, I hate that they fed EC3 to him because, who knows what's up with him. But, man, I love seeing people get fed to Braun. I want to see a strong Braun Strowman. I think a strong Braun Strowman makes a strong WWE, brother. What you think about that segment?
Oh, I loved it, man. I kind of felt for EC3 a little bit because, like you said, they just fed him to him. He didn't even stand a chance. I love Braun. I almost think sometimes he would do even better with a manager, maybe a Paul Heyman. Well, that would be a shocker, wouldn't it?
That would be a shocker, but if Brock is leaving at some point soon, and like you said, the relations between him and Vince have always been pretty rocky anyway, so I wouldn't be surprised if Brock did leave at some point soon. Braun would be perfect to step in with Heyman there. Heyman step in with Braun, whichever way you want to look at it, man. I think that would be a great partnership. Well said, dude.
Yeah, I think it could help Braun a lot. That's the only chink I see in his armor a little bit. Sometimes he looks a little lost on his promos, but it's nothing he can't get better at.
Yeah, so after that, Becky Lynch defeated Ruby Riott. What did you think about that match?
I enjoyed it. I love Ruby Riott, man, and Becky, and I love that move that Ruby does. I think it's called the stage dive. That's a really cool looking move, and the match was what I thought it would be. I didn't see Becky losing. I tell you, I didn't like how she beats all three of them up. You know, all three of them girls are really talented, man. But, you know, Becky's over the top right now.
Yeah, like you said, dude, I agree about all three of them girls being talented. But right now, it's kind of like that's what you have to do. You know, and maybe at some point the pendulum will swing a little bit, and one of them girls will have their moment in the spotlight. But right now, it's Becky's time to shine. Unfortunately, everyone else is just fodder, baby.
If you had to put stock in one of those three girls, who would it be out of the the Riott squad?
And excuse me, you had to hit me with that. It's Liv, Sarah, and Ruby, right?
Yes, sir.
Liv. But I think actually Sarah could.
I like it. You didn't think about it at all. I should Liv.
No, but Sarah actually could end up being the best like overall talent out from all of them, and I'm proud to say that, brother. Because I think we're alums of the same high school, so yeah, no complaints there.
Yeah, we love our Sarah Logan here in Kentucky. Believe that. Brother.
Yeah, well said, dude. I'm pulling for old Sarah Logan. That's old Sarah Logan, like she's some old lady. Sarah Logan might whoop our ass, dude.
Yeah, it was a good possibility.
You know, it might happen. You know, if there were some betting odds in Vegas, we might be considered the underdog. You know? All right, dude, well, let's move on because we're going to run long today again, dude. Lacey Evans evidently defeated Natalya in pinfall, and I didn't get to see this one. I must have been in the restroom or something. I didn't see this match, but Lacey Evans defeated Natalya to become the #1 contender for the Raw Women's Championship. What you think about that?
I get it, man. I wasn't a fan of it. I mean, they're in Montreal. It's Natalya, all the Hart family history, but at the same time, they're trying to push Lacey, and they're doing a good job, man. She hit her with I think they're calling it the woman's right to finish the match. She got out of a sharpshooter a few times. She looked very strong in this match.
Yeah, I think so too, man. And I think that what they did as far as the angle, I didn't see the match, but I think that you're right, dude. They was just trying to generate as much heat as they could with that being in Montreal last night.
Yeah, it was a nice little match. It's definitely worth looking back at. The promos before the match were really good also.
But I did make it back in time in the room to check this out. There was like some creepy, I guess, Bray Wyatt vignettes after that. What do you think? Where are they heading with this, and what's going on with these? what do you?
I don't know. It was a 1980s something, or was that the Dark Crystal, the Gobbledygook, or his child? I don't know. It's got to be Bray Wyatt, though. I think you're right about that.
Definitely some creepy looking dolls, though, dude. I don't know what the hell they are, but yeah. If you guys haven't seen that there, I'm sure it's on YouTube. Just check out those vignettes, man. A little creepy. Hopefully this character is more charismatic, and I just don't want to see another damn House of Horrors match. But yeah, let's get Bray Wyatt back out there, brother.
Let's get him a new family, man, maybe.
After that, we had the main event, which really is the biggest news of the night, was involved in that. With AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns defeated Bobby Lashley, Baron Corbin, and Drew McIntyre in AJ Styles' Monday Night Raw debut. And what did you think about that, brother?
I'm so tired of the Shield. The match was good, man. I don't know, just running cold on almost every one of those guys, man. But it was a good match. It was the main event. And, even when AJ come out, it didn't seem like it got the reaction. Maybe the crowd was already tired. Because Montreal is always a wild wrestling city.
Yeah, usually in Canada, the crowd is very fired up in all those Canadian towns for the most part, dude. And yeah, man, but seeing AJ out there for me was really special, and I guess they were probably hoping for a little bigger pop on that. But and like you said, man, the 5 of the 6 guys in the ring are they a little stale? Is that true? And I hate to say that about any of them, but AJ's not stale. But are the other guys a little stale? I don't know. Maybe they need to shake up that main event picture on Raw a little bit. And I guess hopefully we'll get a little bit more clarity tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you could ask somebody else, and they'd probably say they'd love it. It's just, I watch it every week like you do, man. And sometimes it just seems like the same guys are getting the big opportunities. I'd like to see some of these other guys get in there.
Yeah, well said, dude. I did like to see that they made AJ come out looking like the strongest guy in the match, though, because he delivered that phenomenal forearm to Lashley and, came out looking really strong there.
Yeah, I also heard some rumors that Bobby Lashley might be heading back to the MMA, so he's probably going to be losing a lot here in the foreseeable future.
Speaking of heading out to the MMA, dude, Vince is actually just walked into the studio, dude. He's giving me a dirty look like he's getting ready to put some MMA maneuvers on me if we don't go ahead and wrap this up for today. So if you guys want to check out anything to do with Raw recaps, check out Bleacher Report or check out CBSSports.com. You can find full recaps there. Also, please check us out, thatwrestlingpodcast.com. All of your latest news, all of our latest articles and stuff are up to date on there. We keep all of our shows archived on there. And we got a link to our merch shop on there. It's not working on mobile right now, but if you're on desktop, you can hop in, check out our merch shop. Got a few nice hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs, socks. You know what we do around here, baby. Got a little bit of everything. And also, Clyde, I appreciate you taking time to join us today, brother. I know it's busy out there at the Bunny Ranch, and so from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. And would you like to go ahead and put a bow on today's show?
Yes, sir. If you liked us out there, hit the like button, subscribe, tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell somebody, anybody. If you don't like us, let us know. Hit us with the King Kong Bundy Splash for the 5 count, and we will be sharing this podcast on our Facebook affiliate pages. Bliss Army, the Becky Lynch Mob, the Hitman Hart Fan Club, Kofi Kingston Club, I Heart Pro Wrestling, Carlitos Caribbean Cool Fan Club, Wrestling is our passion, Wrestling Unleashed, All Access Indie Wrestling, WWF LJ and Maniacs, All Elite Wrestling, Let's Get Rowdy With It, WWE Retro Figure Fan Club, Music for Thoughts, and Wicked Thoughts.
Well said, brother. I appreciate you having that list ready every day. Even though you stumbled a bit over your words, I'm going to overlook that. Because you don't have nothing else ready every day, but you got the list, and for you having that, you've just made my list, brother. So thank you very much. And for those of you listening out there, if you like us, give us a thumbs up, put us over. If not, let us know. We'll do a job for you on your show. That's the way we roll right here on that on the show, baby. And having said that, that's a wrap. I stumbled over my words too, bro. It's sorry, baby.
Lovers.
I still love you, brother.
Oh, yeah, we're loving.
It's That Wrestling Podcast.
Love me.
Catch you guys on the next one.